let's move on to the next one. Cosmic Coca. Socialist studies more like smiley face. Drew stick figures in art class. Yeah. M-5DG. Thwomp and Chomp. So this is made by the submitter, Cosmic Cocoa. That's not a clear rate I like to see, but let's give it a try. What does the comment say? Let's also make sure we check the more info. Okay, clear check time is 34 minutes. Is not too bad. What is world record? World record is 24 or 23 minutes. Or 20. I mix up minutes and seconds. I don't know why. 34 second clear check. 24 second world record. Doesn't look that well. There's a door. All right, let's check it out. Doesn't look too bad. Hey Spock. Hello to Twitch Mobile. Submit everyone he does? Okay. Alright, we got some cool thwomp stuff. Ohio. You just missed a really good cheese in one of our level. In the level we just did, Spock. It was great. I was just like, you know, let me just see if I can just go to the end here and let me see how it blocks me off. Like, obviously I knew what the level wanted me to do, and I was like, screw it. What happens if I just don't do the level condition? Turns out you still complete that one. You already have his other two in the queue. One I think you like a lot, one you make like or hate. Okay. And so yeah, I like the boo is supposed to watch you. And then when it turns around, it makes the level uncompletable. I saw sort of the concept, but maybe I despawn the boo or something. Who knows? Whatever I did, I'm proud of it. Okay, so that timing, I need to get faster on. Oh no, it wasn't the clear condition, but it was like wasn't the clear condition, Spock, but it was like the level wanted you to only move backwards the whole time, and then I got to the checkpoint halfway through, and I saw it was like set up differently, and I was like, screw it. Let me just not do that and see what happens at the end, and one way or another, it didn't matter. The pipe to the gold flag was supposed to be blocked off by something, and it wasn't. Am I supposed to wait here a split second? Okay, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of a Kaizo, a level like this, where the strat is right at the beginning, you have to just wait a second. I still didn't do it. So we've got to get to that chain chomp right when he's right all the way to the left. I mean, I could do this. This would be the smart thing to do. Yeah, that's what I should have been doing. So far, this level is pretty cool. Hey, Nintendiana Jones. Easy music level for you. Cool. Here, use my Q command's a little bit different. You use that. And then you can check out the queue on that website. After you submit, you can see where your level is in the queue. Also, welcome. Whoops. With the submit after it. submit. Ooh, I needed to be a little bit more over on that P switch. Hey, Fob Live, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, how was Mount Helens today, Spock? I see you've written something there. I'll read your story in a sec. Oh, that's a tight one. Thank you, Nintendiana Jones. We walked 4.5 miles on a trail overlooking Mount St. Helens today. It was pretty nuts. Still hundreds of dead trees still standing from volcanic pumice stones everywhere. Just got back 30 minutes ago. Sounds great. Sounds like an awesome day to spend, an awesome way to spend the day. You must be pretty tired. That's, I guess, wait, 4.5 miles is, depending if it's flat, I think that would take about an hour. Wouldn't be too bad, but if that's up and downhill, that's very tiring. But yeah, sounds beautiful. I'm dead. Somewhat inclined, but it was gradual. Okay. Do you have any fun excursions like that planned during your trip? I'm dead again. This whole state is up and down hills. The funny thing is about, like, I learned about this one town in Washington State. People who aren't familiar with U.S. geography, that's the state all the way in the northwest of the United States, touching Canada, like all the way north, all the way west. There's like on the northern border of the United States, when you cut it, there's one town that's like part of the U.S. It's in Washington State, but it's like not connected to Washington State at all. There's just like a body of water between like the state proper, and it's like connected to Canada. So to go, the only way to get there without like by like a boat is you have to like go through Canada. So it's like this really like oddball city where, since it's technically U.S., it like has to. It's like, you know. But like if you're gonna travel there, you have to like go through immigration just to get there, and like to go to the grocery store, you have to go through Canada. But I think it's just a tiny immigration office. I don't think they actually check people. Which way is north? It's the one closer to Santa Claus. If you go in the direction of Santa Claus, that's the direction we're talking about. Oh, I'm dead. You went there last year by ferry? Well, what a coincidence. It would be 1.5 hours walked. You Googled it if it was flat. Okay. Did you have it planned before coming? Not specifically. Okay, so it's something that happened on the fly or after you got there. That's cool. Yeah, so apparently that city is like serviced by a Canadian like cable company. Like if you're gonna get cable there, it's from a Canadian company. And there's also, I don't know. I was like reading up on the Canada and U.S. border. I don't know. It's like one of those things. You ever go on Wikipedia to look something up, and then the next thing is you like click a link. All of a sudden you're like on something you never imagined you'd be on before. What nationality? Doesn't Santa Claus have a canonic nationality? Like I know like Santa Claus is based off of Saint Nicholas, right? And Saint Nicholas is from somewhere. Like isn't Klaus like a German name? Or Dutch or something? One of those countries. But yeah, there's like a golf club that's half on between Maine and the U.S. There's a golf club, or Maine and Canada. There's a golf club, and half of the club, like the parking lot is, I don't know, like half of the club is in the U.S. and the other half is in Canada. It's just like so weird. Well, shoot. F. I was way too indecisive there. I think if I jump all the way up and dismount the Yoshi, I've got that. That's wild. I guess you need a passport to play there. So it's funny. It was actually like a bit of like a political thing. Like for the longest time, like if you're actually like interested in this, go like on Google Maps, on Google Earth, and just like look around like the U.S. Canada border around like some towns. There's like nothing there. Like you drive down the street and you're in Canada. Like there's like zero kind of like delineation. So for the longest time, like no one really cared. Like if you would just drive to the parking lot and then drive over and you were in Canada, and like there was no like border police or anything. Like nobody cared. And then after 9/11, like they like started to care. But then there was like the mayor, because people like complained, like we're customers from this and we're having the hardest time getting to the golf club, because apparently they like closed down one of the roads. They closed down like the closest road to get to the golf club from the US. So that you would have to go like a 20-minute drive, a detour, just so you could go through like a bigger border security area. And then like the mayor like complained, and eventually like got to Washington. They're like, you know, we really don't care about this. So they reopened the road that they closed down. But yeah, like around, aside from like big roads, the smaller roads, there's a few between US and Canada. They're just like, all of a sudden you're in Canada and there's like no security across it. Cool stuff. So we can go see Matman and they'll never know. Like there's one road particularly by this town I was talking about earlier that's in Washington where like the road is US side, and then there's just like a tree. There's just like a couple like a couple trees, and then beyond the trees is Canada. I don't know. Because I've been to Canada before, but it's been over like, you know, like via like a big road. So you always have this idea that there's all of the entry points into Canada are like, you know, at border security offices. But that's not really the case. It's just usually like a bit of wilderness, and not even that much of a border of wilderness. Just like a set of trees. You can see your Canadian neighbors from your window. Don't even need a passport to go there? Yeah, I think you're right. You didn't need a passport for a lot of stuff back in the day. I know, like, my dad liked to travel a lot and take road trips, and we went up to Canada. We didn't go to Mexico. We went to Canada, though, and I know I didn't have a passport at the time. Because I was just a little kid. But yeah, now you need a passport. If you go on like a cruise, for instance, you have to physically hand over the passport to like the cruise ship administration, and then they hold on to it for you and give it back to you when you get back to the US. Because what smart people could do is they could just pretend to lose their passport, and then the U.S. wouldn't let them back in, and they could just stay on the cruise forever. They become the cruise ship's problem at that point. What happens if you pick up a stick from one of those Canadian trees and take it? Thrown in jail for 9,000 years. I think in Europe you what do they call it? They call it, it's like begins with an SH, but there's a term for like a lot of countries where you can just drive between them and there's no like, you don't need a visa or anything. Some kind of EU statute. Ah, damn. It was Mafia that enabled the free crossing between Mexico, US, Canada citizens. Here's what I have to say about that. Ah, shoot. Oh, a little too aggressive there. It's Mafia now. Corrected SG to at. Mafia SG. Oh, NAFTA. Oh, he did write NAFTA. I read it as Mafia. I'm so used to seeing the word Mafia. I thought when you said Mafia, like, it was some kind of, like, conspiracy about Mafia wanted to, like, smuggle drugs or something, so they, like, lobbied or whatnot. So it was plausible from my point of view, but yeah, NAFTA sounds much more... NAFTA sounds like it makes a lot more sense. Town in the U.S. that has no schools. Well, Yale, I think that's the town I'm talking about, Matt, man. So they go to Canada. That is the town that's, like, part of the U.S. that's, like, delocated or around there. Maybe it's more on the peninsula. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, I remember that's specifically part of this town is there's no middle school, so the kids just go to Canada for school. Which is really funny. They have to cross the border to go to school, yeah. Does that mean you've played Yakuza? I have not played Yakuza. But I used to play a lot of online text-based Mafia, which is like a game like Werewolf or Town of Salem. But I don't play nearly as much as I used to. That's where SG4E Town and Mafia, those emotes derive from. They go to a US school still? Oh, maybe. I just know they have to cross the border, so I think I interpreted that as they just go to a Canadian school. Hey, I love Bem. Yeah, so once to go into Canada, once to leave Canada in the morning, and then the same thing to go home. It's MM. I should put that in the corner of my stream. Hold on. I've got an overlay for that. Yeah, that's how you submit. MM submit level code. Whoops. And then you can even add a comment after it. Yeah, like that. Thank you, I love Ben. I appreciate the level submission. Look forward to playing it, as Micah says. What was everybody's commute to school, since we're on the topic of weird commutes to educational facilities? When I went to elementary school, it was really close. Like, I was there in like 5 minutes, which was great. And I got spoiled because when I went to high school, I had to, it turned into like a 30-minute drive. And I was like, man, I'm too spoiled for this. Same, taking the bus. I did Spock, and I actually added some stuff to Micah Tracker today, to Micah-chan. And I was gonna add that, but then I paused for a second, and I thought, I don't know. I wonder if, like, a lot of streamers have a queue system, and it seems to be the same queue system, but I use my own queue system. And a lot of streamers just have the add command. So I wonder if there are people who, like, what I love most about streaming people's levels is I like the engagement. I like to have someone come in and say hello and be like, hey, how are you doing? Say, I made a level, here it is. I'm like, oh, cool. And if later on they're here, they see the VOD of the level, Like, I think that's what's really good about what Mario Maker does for streaming. It's that engagement where you actually get to, like, interact with the creator, and the creator gets to interact with the player. And I, like, the ad, I'm a little bit worried about, like, whether people just go into the Mario Maker directory and just spam their level. Just go to stream, just spam the level because it's the same command in every chat, and then just move on. And just do it for, like, likes, or just to get plays. So in the end, I thought maybe it was a feature. Like, if you see someone and they submit it wrong, and you say, oh, like, it's a little bit different here, you have to say submit, and they say, oh, okay. Because, like, last time there were more than one person who came in here where they submitted the level with the add command, and we said, oh, you have to use submit here instead, and we just, like, they just never heard back from them. So it makes me wonder whether they just go into a stream, add, and then just bail and go to the next stream, add, and then they're just, like, farming level plays or whatever, which is fine. Like, that's, if you're, like, obviously the system allows that, but I'd rather play people's levels who, you know, just aren't trying to get, like, farms or whatever. I think, like, oh, I made a cool level, I'd like people to play it, something like that. So I wonder if just, like, the extra second where you have to, like, say the command is a little bit different has the added benefit of just maybe weeding out some poor quality levels where people just spam them. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah. Anyway, back to the topic of elementary school. Without me here, I want to be here. Feedback, first level, might go to sleep. All right, how about we do this? I love Ben. We'll do your level now because it sounds pretty easy, right? I think yours was the one that said it was easy. Thanks to the GGs. I like that level. That was good. I'm gonna give that one a 9. MM9. Good level with perfect length of challenge and challenge. It's 8 seconds. All right, we'll do that one next. Forgiving with some more difficult jumps, which was a great design decision. All right, let me get out of here. Let's do I Love Bems now, since this is quick. Oh, whoops. I'm done.